Okay, just so you know, the code that I've got at the moment, I set the speed of the tortoise to be the fastest possible. Then I've set its orientation. I put it at x equals 150, y equals 155, and it's facing 90 degrees, which means to the right. This shows the tortoise, and then this prints the point. Basically, it calls this subroutine here, and this just prints the point xy. Look, you don't have to worry about how this works at this point in time. All you need to know is that this is what's printing out the points, and I'll show you. So there's the points there. X equals 150, y equals 155. Well, how do we know this? Well, we hard-coded that in. There's the 150, there's the 155. Okay, hopefully you follow that. Right. Now, purpose of the lesson today, conditionals. All right. Actually, let's look at this guy here. Let's just say that if this guy crosses, say, this line here, which is at, say, x equals 200, you want him to start printing or drawing in red. Okay, so basically what we're saying is that if the tortoise crosses the line at x equals 200, then change his color to red. Okay, so how do we do this in Visual Basic? Oh, you might want to change the color rather than the flower. Anyways, how do we do this in Visual Basic? Well, look, we've got this thing called a conditional statement. And basically in Visual Basic we say, if some condition is true, then go ahead and execute this code. And this here, this endif, that just denotes the end of the if statement. So basically, whatever's between this statement and this statement is executed only if this condition is true. So if this condition is true, it will actually skip over this code. It won't run it whatsoever. So let's look at an example. So let's just say, well, let's first off, we'll move the tortoise. Well, I suppose I need to call tortoise dot move, and we'll move him 50 pixels. In fact, I'll tell you what, I'm going to make him move 51 pixels, just to be different. All right, so now what we can do is we can say, because we're going to test to see if it's crossed the line at 200, what we can do is we can say dim x equals tortoise dot get x. And what that's going to do is it's going to get the x coordinate of the turtle. And then we can check, and we can say if the x value of the tortoise is greater than 200, we can change its color. And why do I say greater than? Well, it's saying if the tortoise crosses the line at x equals 200, so it's got to be greater than 200. So using this as my demonstration, I can say that if x is greater than 200, then set the pen color to colors dot, I think I said red, didn't I? Well, let's hope I did. Alright, so first off we'll run it and have a look and see what happens. Oh, that's black. Why is that? Well, of course, because we didn't move it again. You need to move the tortoise again after that, because we won't know if we've actually changed the color unless we do another command. In this case, I'm going to move him again. So you'll see that it did turn to red there. Okay, well, why did that? Well, let's walk through it here and see what happens. Alright, so play this, and we'll step over that so we can execute it. And what is x here? Well, x is now 201. So when we get down here, we can ask, is 201 greater than 200? Well, yes it is. And because this is true, because 201 is greater than 200, we're going to set the pen color to red, and then we're going to move another 51 pixels. And that's why you get the red one there. Now, if I go ahead and change that, and let's say that I set x to be 300. Alright, now when I play this, Again, I'll step over this one. X is still 201 because he's still moved forward 51 from that original 150. Is 201 greater than 300? Well, no, it's not. So what should happen is the execution of the code should actually skip over that. So let's watch and see what happens. Look at that. It skipped right over it to this statement here. And then if we go play the next, execute the next line of code, it goes straight to the tortoise there. Right, I'm sorry, I'm lost as to where I was there. I got interrupted by a phone call. Anyways, alright, so it should now move, and it should just have a completely black line. Yeah. So there you go. So it's a complete black line because this line of code never executed because this condition wasn't true. Alright, so see if you can figure it out on the next bit. So just remember, there's an if statement, a condition, and if that condition is true, this line of code will be executed, and this is the line that ends the if statement. Alright, good luck.